What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. Welcome to the channel where you subscribe to get daily updates every single day on Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. We also take a look at traditional markets during the week. This is going to be a quicker video. It is Saturday. I know the people got things to do. I do want to remind you, though, there is a free Discord in the description below the video. Definitely check it out. If you want somewhere to hang out, learn about, and talk about crypto, that's definitely the place to be. It's an awesome community, and let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. There's a disclaimer scrolling down the bottom. Make sure you read it. And always remember, this is my opinion. Make up your own. All right, so I am doing a Ledger Nano X Bybit branded giveaway. We're going to be doing that tomorrow. I'll be picking a random comment from a random video throughout the week. So if you want to go back, put comments on all of them, you're more than welcome. But I will be doing the drawing tomorrow, and yeah, we will see who the winner is. Let's get into news headlines and get a feel for the sentiment. But before I do, would you guys please take a second out, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. As most of you know that watch the channel, for some reason YouTube is not notifying everybody. So make sure, if you are subscribed, even if you're not, make sure you subscribe. Tick the notification bell and another screen will pop up, and hit the all to make sure you get notified. But to help fight this for now, make sure you smash those likes, and let's take a look at the headlines. JP Morgan completes surprise Bitcoin flip and calls a price. Basically, JP Morgan's talking good about Bitcoin again. We know what happens, and if you haven't seen my videos, look back in my channel and you'll see some with JP Morgan in the headline. Pretty interesting. I'm not going to go over all that today. Bitcoin market dynamics see change after BTC reward. Why Bitcoin suddenly dropped 6% on Thursday. Everybody thinks they always have a reason. Three crucial factors why Bitcoin price plunged from 10,160 down to 9,500. Bitcoin news roundup. Three reasons why Bitcoin price could crash if U.S. stock market does. First mover, Bitcoin recouples with Wall Street as stocks surge and plunge. Bitcoin is more than an inflation hedge. So pretty bullish news for the most part. 38 is where we're at on the fear and greed index. We're the same as yesterday, still in the fear zone. And let's talk about the longer term. So I've been pointing this out. We've had higher highs in the price action on the monthly, lower highs in the RSI on the monthly. That is bearish divergence in the longer term. Let's take a look at the weekly. Same thing. Let me zoom in so you guys can see it. Higher highs in the price action, lower highs in the RSI. That is bearish divergence. We have bullish targets also. If we're able to close the weekly above 10,300, that would be, it's actually, if we could close a weekly above around 10,150, that would have to be a big rise up before tomorrow's close. If we do close above 10,150, I probably will start steering more bullish, but until then, I'm still bearish. We have a target of the breakout of this wedge. This falling broadening wedge at 16,000. That's a bullish case scenario. As you guys know, I am not bullish here. I'm going to get these my alerts off there and out of the way so they're not confusing. All right. So anyways, as you guys know, we still have this long-term descending trend line. Still believe we are in a what seems to be a symmetrical triangle. We could have some very low lows coming. We'll talk about that a little bit, but let's get into the daily. So on the daily, we've been watching this rising channel, which you can see we did pop out of here. There is still a possibility, we talked about it yesterday, coming back up and retesting the top of this, and that'd be around the 97.50 range. And we'll look at that in a smaller time frame too. I do have some more immediate targets, so make sure you stick around to see it. But the measured move of the breakdown from this rising channel is 69.03. Does that mean we go straight down? No, it does not. There is somewhat of bear or bullish here. We're getting higher lows in the price action and slightly, very slightly higher lows. So that's not yet divergence. We still, like I said, could come down today, and it would definitely be coming down a lot further. We'd be looking at support around the 9,050 at the 55 EMA and then 8430 area. But again, like I said, we will be looking at the smaller time frames. But let's look at the higher highs in the price action here, lower highs in the RSI. That is bearish divergence. We've been talking about this for days, over a week actually. It does seem to be playing out now. Let's look at the 4 hour, or no, this is the daily also, just with more targets in here. And let me show you. From the swing low to the swing high with the Fibonacci retracement, our 0.236 is at 88.90. The 0.382 is at 79.84. 71.30 for the 0.5, and then the golden pocket zone is between 61.50 and 63. 5,400, as you guys know, has been my target for a long time. I'm still looking at this as a possibility. Again, there's no guarantees it goes down here. And the ultimate low, because we do have a gap down here for those of you that believe in the gaps, and the gap actually shows all the way up to the 8 hour in the CME futures chart, and it's around 35.70, somewhere in that range. And I believe that would be a stop hunt for anyone that longed here and put their stops down there. We could get a wick all the way down, and that doesn't mean that's going to happen right away, guys. That could take weeks, months, who knows, but that is definitely a possibility. And I'll show you, if this was to happen, where that would take Litecoin and Ethereum also. Let's go back to the RSI in the daily and take a look at what we've been watching. This rising broadening wedge that we fell out of, came back up here, was more of a bull trap, and we are now continuing down. This red line is more of a median line, and we are sitting above it now. If we drop below that one more time, I do believe we could be looking at the bottom of this this channel here, coming back down for a retest. And actually, we could put this all the way down. I don't really like that, though. I'm going to keep it on these two wicks right here, these two bottom peaks. I do believe we're most likely going to come down and retest this. And in the price action, that could get us down to these lower lows here. And like I said, we'll zoom in a little bit and see what's going on. But as of right now, that could take us down to maybe the 8,500, which is a 200 EMA, somewhere in that range. I do believe this weekend we're most likely going to see a decent move, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. Definitely, I will be watching the charts and doing the update tomorrow too. We'll see what happens tonight. It may be not till tomorrow to see this move, but it does look like there is a move coming very, very quickly. If you guys are interested in trading, I'll leave a Prime XBT tutorial up top. Definitely check it out. It is by far my favorite exchange. I also have links to Dudex and Bybit down below, and you get bonuses for signing up to both of them. The Prime XBT, you get a bonus using my link, and then the Savy 50 promo code will get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit up to 1 Bitcoin. Savy 50 will get you 25% off of your fees. So it also helps support the channel when you guys use that. Use my links down there. I have a bunch of affiliate links down there for hard wallets, Brave browser, all that stuff. Check them all out. There's a lot of good stuff down there. All right, so I know a lot of people are looking at this as a ascending triangle. I am not. I'm looking at this as a rising wedge. If we don't break the bottom of this, within the next week, and we do come back up to retest the highs here, it's still going to be bearish in my opinion, because I believe we'll come back down and drop out of this. This does seem to be a rising wedge, not a triangle, not anything else anybody's drawing on this. If you guys notice when you watch other channels, they pretty much all say the same thing because they just copy off of one another. I do my own charting. I don't pay attention to anybody else's crap. I look at it for what it is, and I think everybody should do that. It's not not a bad idea to watch other channels and get other ideas and then develop your own. So, but if we look at the EMAs here, we are getting squeezed in between the 8 EMA and the 200 EMA on the 4 hour. It's getting to be a tight squeeze here. We'll go into the 1 hour and look at it here in a minute, but I do want to show you the targets for this. We could have it rise back up and test the bottom of this channel that we fell out of here, and I believe if we get a good rejection there, that would definitely be a waterfall, and that's around that 97.50 area, and we'll take a look at that in smaller time frames also. But let's take a look at these measured moves here. So looking at the breakdown of this rising channel where we broke down, again, that gets us right around the $6,900 range, and I am going to put a target there. Again, guys, don't forget to smash the likes, leave your comments, help the video get out there, because YouTube is not helping. All right, so if we looked at that as a rising wedge, and let's say we did break down from there today or tomorrow, the measured move would be around the 71.50, and that's also the 0.5 fib. So that would be a 50% retracement from this whole move, which is definitely good possibility. Also, a reminder, we have 7,700 as a major support and resistance. It has been for a very long time. But I am still looking bearish here. As you can see in the 4 hour, does look like a falling wedge here. We did not quite test the bottom of this. But if you look at the yellow, we are in a rising channel here. Most likely going to come back down and retest at least that, if not the falling wedge. And then, you know, one more push up maybe before our major dump. But keep an eye on this. Let's look at the 1 hour. Now this is where it gets kind of interesting. We did break down from this rising channel here, and our measured move for that is from where it broke down. It's actually a little bit higher than that. I'm going to keep this here, but the breakdown from there is around $8,800 range. We had this target of 88.88. That would be the measured move of breaking down from this rising channel you see here. Now, take another look at some more possibilities here. If you look here in the white, I have this symmetrical triangle, and if we take a measured move of that, if we were to break up, that brings us right around that 97 to 97.50 range that I had talked about, which would be right back up in this area. If we did pop up there, that's most likely going to make some, even if it, you know, the RSI would go way up here, that would make some bearish divergence, hidden bearish divergence. I don't think it's too likely that we come up here, but keep in mind it's a possibility. If we break this 94.50 range, we are most likely going to head up in here. We'll get some resistance at the 94.85, some more resistance at the 9600. And if, as you can see here, the swing high to swing low with the Fibonacci retracements here, the 96.50 area is the golden pocket zone. The 0.786 is going to be the 9800. And if those break, then we're most likely going to come retest the top of this somewhere in the $10,100 range. And that has been an area that we talked about to get back up in this area where there was a lot of trading here. If that happens, I think it'll just be a huge fake out, huge bull trap, get people stuck up there. But let's see what happens. A breakdown from here, we've got two measured moves for this. First one being around the 91.20 would be the measured move of the triangle. Now, if we looked at that as a bear flag, actually going to be a little bit lower. If we looked at that as a bear flag, we could be coming all the way down to the $8,700 range. That's a definite possibility. Keep that in mind. If we do break down from here, we'll most likely get a bounce around the 91.20 and then let the RSIs reset before continuing down. Again, we're going to have support at the 88.8. If that breaks, we're at the 87. That would be the measured move, looking at this as a bear flag. That is where I'm at with it, guys. We had this line drawn here in the RSI on the hourly yesterday off of these two wicks. Actually, let me straighten it out a little bit. As you can see, we broke down, came back up, retested it for resistance, had our drop there, came back up, popped back above it, and right now we are getting resistance on it as we speak. Another break of this could, you know, be the break of this trend line here and then bringing us up to that 97.50 area. Keep a close eye on it. Don't forget my wife's webpage, inkurimage.com, which isn't loading for some reason. There it is. Quality stuff, guys. It's not iron-on. It's not the cheap vinyl. None of that quality stuff. It's actually, it won't come off. It'll never... Professional stuff, basically. Just check it out. Anything you would like on here, or if you have any questions, hit her up in the contact. But you can put any crypto, any saying you want, not just what you see. All right, looking at Litecoin. Same thing in Litecoin, and this is the 4-hour. We had this rising channel here, which we did break down from here, and the measured move of that is right around the 37.17. Let me put target on there. Right around that area, $37 range. We have came up. We popped back in the channel a little bit, but now we're getting resistance here. If we're able to pop back above the 44.80 range and get back in here, then we could be looking at a more bullish case scenario. We could come all the way up here and test the top of this around 52 as in the extreme bullish case scenario. If we were to break this channel to the upside from there, our target would be, and this is bullish case, 59.50. Again, if we come down to our target down here is around $37. We do have the golden pocket zone around 34.82. And as I said, if Bitcoin was to go down to them lower lows, we could see a $20 to $22 Litecoin, which would be doing the same thing. A stop hunt to collect all the stops down here from anyone that went long. I would imagine it would be a quick wick. And I'm not saying that it'll be right away either. So let's look at the RSI. And looking at the RSI, we had this falling wedge broke out of. We're in a falling channel here within a bigger falling channel. We did come down and test the bottom of this. We are getting support on this trend line here right now. If that was the break, that's going to be probably breaking this area here, getting down to at least the $41 range. But the target of that breakout, like I said, is around the $37 range. A break up would be up to, like I said, up back into these ranges if we can break this high here. And looking at the EMAs, they are looking bearish. The 8, the 13, and the 21 have crossed the 200 in the 4-hour. The 55 seems to be coming down towards it now. We'll see what happens. And Ethereum. Ethereum, we had some measured moves here. Looking at this as a symmetrical triangle from where we broke down. The measured move of that's around 214. That would break us down out of the, let me get that out of the way, out of the rising broadening wedge here. And then the measured move of that being around the 137, which is also the 0.236 retracement of going up from this route. Now from the swing low to the swing high, or golden pocket zone, is between 147 and 153. Again, if Bitcoin does go to those lower lows, we could be looking at a $50 to $80 Ethereum, and that would be a stop point, just like over there. Look at the EMAs here, see what it's doing in Ethereum. On the 4-hour EMAs, we are getting rejected at the 13. Everything has crossed the 55 here. If we do bounce back up, we could retest this trend line here, the bottom of that wedge, and that would be around the $246 range. I believe we would get rejection there and come back down, but that is definitely a possibility. Let's look at the RSI. Same thing in the RSI. We had this rising broadening wedge. We had a bear trap here, came back up. Seems to be another big bear trap, but if we do come up to that 246 area, that's most likely going to be right back to this trend line to get rejection and come back down for one more touch. And yeah, that's where I'm at, guys. Sorry the video is short and kind of scattered all over. It is Saturday. I got a lot of stuff on my mind, got a lot of stuff to do. But thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, if you haven't already, click the CryptoSavy logo above my head. That will get you subscribed to the channel. And then make sure you tick the notification bell. Even if you have already subscribed, check it and make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube has a habit of unsubscribing people. But yeah, and then tick the notification bell and hit the all to make sure you will get notified. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and I'm out.